Hi everybody, hope you can give me 10 minutes to give you a quick update on some of the things that are going on. As you know, the Health Board has entered into special measures, various bits of criteria around that. It's primarily around how the Health Board operates, the executive team, the board, and how we organise how things are delivered in a more consistent and standardised way. So it does not reflect upon the work and the effort that is put in by the majority of staff, clinicians, and the like. And it certainly does not reflect upon the work that you guys are doing across DDAT, which for me, on the whole, is really good and excellent. There's three stages to special measures. The first stage is how do we stabilise the organisation, and colleagues from Welsh Government will be coming in and independent advisors and all of that. Then we look at how we standardise some of that practice and the like across BCU, and then go for what do we need to put in place for sustainability. That stabilisation stage could be 6 to 9 months. There's a bit too much in it, to be honest, is my reflection on it, but we'll hopefully be able to work with Welsh Government around some of that. Also, one of the biggest concerns for me is digital data and technology is worryingly missing from the special measures work. When we consider that digital data and technology can be one of the greatest blockers to effective care. It can be also, of course, one of the greatest enablers, certainly with the state and lack of investment in digital data and technology and focus on digital data and technology over the last few years. It's important that it's somehow included. It's very traditional in its look, special measures, and it needs to be considerate of what it's like to live in healthcare in the 21st century. So hopefully I'll have some input and some influence on that. If there's going to be any new investments or whatever, we've got to get some investments into our place. If we don't sort digital data and technology and us as an enabler and how we deliver successful change around that, then we are not going to get out of special measures, and we are not going to improve as a healthcare system. And I guess that's the same across Wales, to be fair. The other thing which is of concern is the budget situation. We've got a significant deficit position. I won't go into the figures, but they are over 100 million starting point deficit next year. As a result of that, we're unlikely to get our funding asked to the things we asked, and possibly some funding issues around some projects. So we need to make some tougher decisions about which projects we might stop or start. But on the positive side of things, what we'll need to do is think about ways in which we can be smarter in terms of the way we use our staff. So we're still going to implement our new operating model. We're going to find a way to get business relationship managers in place. It will mean potentially changing some jobs and structures in the way we work. That's just something we're going to have to do. We cannot afford to be operating as we are. We do need to operate more as a modern digital data and technology function for us to be more effective, and it's really important if we're going to deliver what we need to do to get us out of the situation we're in as a BCU. I'm very confident in the staff and the ability that we've got here, so we can sort this out, no problem. And I'm pleased to say we've now established almost the entirety of our SLT. We appointed Catherine Lang as Assistant Director of Data Intelligence and Insight on Friday. So we've still got the CCIO appointment to do, and hopefully Jason's applying for that as well as others, and we'll see where we get to. We will, because of this situation, the change in the environment, let's say, we will be doing some service planning work, so setting some objectives. Very, very keen on the office of the CCIO being established for us to bring some change capacity. How do we make service design happen and all of that? So I'm going to be pushing that a lot harder in this next financial year. Really important that we ensure that we get value from our investments, the investments we make. Projects, the PPMO is critical. Business relationship managers, how we do that, effective project delivery, that's really important. Sean's area, well, not Sean's area, it's all of our areas. What do we do about our applications at risk? It links into Justine's area there in terms of risk. What do we do about our essential services programme? We're also considering our future direction in terms of EPR. How do we get away from the fragmented systems that we've got now? Developing some proposals to go through with hopefully Welsh Government and DHCW. Loads to it, loads to happen. So really pleased to get a really good and solid SLT together to start to take us forward. The other thing to note is we do need to update where we are with our digital strategy. So clearly we had an audit report done on that. If the funding situation is what it is, we're going to have to re-baseline that and refactor what we're going to do and when. So we're going to be doing some work about changing that, how we augment it, what we deliver, and changing it in terms of some of the learnings we've got from the last 12 months, especially in terms of our EPR considerations and such. Things for you to remember: we've got to get PADR compliance. This is just a reminder, if you have if you are doing your performance development and review, it's really important that they happen. It's important that we at least have 2 conversations a year with people. It's all about the conversation, but also important that you remember that any things that are done in terms of objectives and things being signed off in terms of what you've done, they have to be logged in ESR, or people will not progress if they're on progression. So please, can I ask, if you haven't done so already, please ensure you're all up to date with your PADRs. This is recorded accurately within ESR, and we need to get the compliance rate up to near 100. We're on 75 point something now. We need to get up to 100, so that's important to do. Please, big ask, and it's in your interest anyway to do that, so let's get it done, please. Staff awards, just a reminder, if you've got people to nominate, please nominate them. Can you nominate someone? We've got a service full of heroes. There's loads of people that I know have done loads of great work, and there's other people I'm sure I don't know, so I'm really keen for people to bring forward nominations for that. And this is something I'll be asking SLT to push for as well. And not the usual people. There's got to be some others out there who are doing some good stuff quietly in the corner. I'm keen to recognise everyone for what they're doing, back office as well as front of house. Also important to record leave and bank holidays on ESR. Remember that. So please cascade the message to all staff. They've all got to be sorted. The bank holidays have got to be recorded in there now as well. For whatever reason, it just is the case. Just another point. There's a new meeting room in Abergele, which we're hoping to use from mid-April. So this is going to be a DDAT room. It's the room next to Bev's old office where Michaela and co were. So that's going to be useful, an extra space for us. So again, really key for people get a chance, if they want to get together with their teams, have a bit of face-to-face time and all that, please do that. I don't want people to be using the excuse they can't get a room. We'll sort a room out somehow. And also, in terms of desks and things like that, not just in Abergele, all over the place, it's really important we've got to remove our personal items. There's still a load of personal items there to allow for agile working. So we have got a clear desk policy. So there should be no personal items on the desk. That's what we've agreed to do. I'm conscious of the fact that the deadline was set to that was the 6th of March. So if things aren't gone by the week after Easter, then it's going in the skip. So like it or not. So please, if you want your stuff, please come and get it and clear it. Thanks very much. So that's the end of the video. A mix of different things, a lot going on, really exciting year ahead. We're going to be re-baselining what we're doing. The appraisals thing, really important, of course. And hopefully everyone has a really happy Easter. See you later.